getting her last minute pre-cheating in. This is Jessica Hurd. Actually, this is Jacob Hoogley. That's Jessica Hurd reporting bravely from the front lines of Cluedunnit production studios.
So I was going to start looking up. All of a sudden I was like, oh, I want to share this word about antiquing. Maybe there are other words that I should know. And then I was like, oh my God, I cannot learn one more thing right now. I just cannot. So we're just going to get this one word today, or I don't know. What do you think of that? Do you have a glossary or a knowledge of antiques?
I do. My glossary or a knowledge of antiques is called thrifting. And it extends and ends with, oh, I like that piece, or oh, I don't like that piece. It has nothing to do with how valuable a piece is or what it means or anything else like that. I have famously pissed off most of your family by just being all like, throw it all out.
You have also been like, I don't want Dutch Crush at all. I'm like, what? That is very important antique.
Is it though?
It is.
No, I don't think that it is. So to fill you in on some backstory, Jessica's grandparents were antiquers. And there was a point late in their life when they moved from a home that they had lived in for several decades into another home, which was going to become their final home. There was a lot of cleanup to do, and There were many storage units and garages, and things got dispersed, and we're still trying to get dispersed. We have several things in our garage. I'm just like, okay, there it is. So, yay, antiquing.
Yay, super fun. Do you want to finally know the word that...
I remember you talking about this word in your pre-cheating. I think it should come up in the natural course of things.
I don't know if it will. I just think it's important to the...
Then don't let me stand in your way.
Oh, okay. Well, so by the way, did we say this? We're watching Lovejoy.
We haven't said this yet. We haven't even said who we are.
Oh.
Or what we're doing here.
Sorry.
So I'm Jacob.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is Cluedunnit.
We make wild guesses about fake TV crimes. Join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/Cluedunnit Podcast.
Okay. We're doing Lovejoy today.
We're doing Lovejoy, yes.
And we did...
1990s?
Yeah, this is 1986 to 1994.
Okay.
They took a break there in between the first season and the second season. This is the OG antique story, Lovejoy, starring Ian McShane.
It's like a cross between Magnum PI and Indiana Jones to a certain extent.
The logline is, Lovejoy is an irresistible rogue with a keen eye for antiques. The part-time detective scours the murky sales rooms, auction halls, and stately homes of Britain, always on the lookout for a find.
Dun, dun, dun.
And this genre, if you want to take out your bingo card, comedy, crime, mystery.
That sounds accurate.
Woohoo.
That sounds accurate, yes.
Yeah. Pilot premiered January 9th, 1986. We're watching on BritBox. This was recommended by a friend of the pod and Patreon member, Mike.
Shout it out. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. So here's the fun fact that I was saying. I was going to the vocabulary word.
Take out your notebooks. Get ready to enlarge your mind.
Okay. Wikipedia, when talking about Lovejoy, says the character is known within the antiques business as a divvy, D-I-V-V-Y, which is a person with almost supernatural powers of recognizing exceptional items as well as distinguishing genuine antiques from fakes or forgeries. That's kind of a crazy supernatural.
It's a fun little talent. Yeah. It's a fun little superpower to have.
Yes. Superpower. All right. So this episode, we're doing series 2, episode 9.
Good job with the series. Well done.
I know, thank you.
Like it all day long. It took you all day long to switch over from season to series, but you got it. I'm very proud of you. You can't tell on the podcast because it doesn't make any noise, but I'm doing the whole Gen Alpha clapping thing, which is just my index finger and thumb, and Jessica's teeth are on edge right now.
I don't understand that. Why are we obsessed with our thumbs? Like, it took us to 2025, and now we are obsessed with our index fingers and our thumbs, like we're all flapping parrots in the tiki room in Disneyland.
Yeah. I just love it's fun watching your head explode talking about it. It's even more fun watching all the Gen Zers go lose their shit over the Gen Alphas doing that. Is there lots of Instagram of that? Chef's kiss.
Or YouTube?
I love people annoying each other. Anyways, I keep distracting you. Tell me more.
Okay, so episode 9 is what we're watching in series 2. This was aired in March of 1991 because there was a break between the
Clearly,
first series
5
and the
years,
second
goodness.
series. Yeah. So this one is called Raise the Hispanic. There was a very long log line for this episode. I'm not even going to read that to you. I'm not going to look at that again for fear of finding
Tainting
out
the
too
results,
much.
yes.
Yes. So having agreed.
This is the pledge we have taken. There's the Hippocratic Oath, and then there's the Cluedunnit Pledge. We come in here full of jackassery, not knowing anything. That is our pledge to
Yep.
you, the listener.
Yeah.
All right, what have we got?
Okay. So Raise the Hispanic, having agreed to furnish Ralph Peagram's daughter's Amanda's new house. So that's Amanda's house.
Right.
Amanda's
Who is
the daughter of Ralph
Pegram,
Pegram.
who is probably best friends with Lovejoy. We've just never run into him before because TV.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So Amanda's new house, which she has after her marriage to the philandering Roger Hall, she's left her marriage to the philandering
Right.
Roger Hall.
And now she needs a new house furnished with antiques.
Yeah, maybe the philandering Roger Hall did things all over their other furniture.
Ew. Ew.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just...
Yeah, no, please continue. We haven't reached corpse
Sorry.
yet, so we're still good.
Lovejoy attends the wedding and overhears Ralph and Roger argue. Soon after the reception, Roger, who is the philanderer, Roger disappears.
Oh, no.
And then I stopped reading.
Okay.
So I guess she is a new house after her marriage to... So it's not the end of her marriage to Roger Hall. It is the new marriage. And somehow we know that Roger Hall is philandering and she's still marrying him.
We're going to find out.
Okay.
Let's find out about the people in the show, though.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us all about that?
Thanks for that setup. So, Ian McShane. Love this guy. Complex villains, anti-heroes, charming heavies, gallery of scoundrels, kings, mobsters, and thugs. I think I found that on IMDb. That's a quote from them.
Yeah.
About him. He is most famous probably for early 2000s types people for Deadwood.
Probably.
For his swearingen character, which would swear like you would be
Nonstop,
on the
blue
floor
streak.
drinking if you did a drinking game to him swearing.
Such a good swearer.
So
Such a great character. That show. Just
Yeah.
way to go.
Yeah. He owned a bar and a brothel and thought he was kind of running the town until he was not.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. He also played Blackbeard in Pirates of the Caribbean, the 2011 episode. He's been in John Wick. Playing friendly hotelier Continental. Not friendly, but
he's friendly, but in
suave.
the end, he's suave. That's a much better word for it. Suave. Like,
but he's in all of the other
he's
ones
in all of them.
too.
Yeah,
Not just the John Wicks, but all the spinoffs. Like he was just in Ballerina.
John Wick, that, and then American Gods.
Yes.
Probably his 3 biggest roles in America.
Well, no, Game of Thrones. When he was on Game of Thrones, a bunch of people drove up to that show because they were like, "Oh, he's on it, okay," and he died within like 3 episodes. But
yeah, his character did. Yeah.
So his career, because all these people drove up to Game of Thrones when he appeared on it, and I was like, who is this guy? What are you talking about? Because I had not seen Deadwood at the time, and so I was like, where does everybody know him? Maybe they knew him from Lovejoy. He was certainly very famous for that character. It turns out he started in Britain's new wave cinema of the early 1960s. He landed his first role in 1962.
He had to have been a baby.
Yeah.
A baby.
No. Let me validate this for you. He was in this movie in 1962 called The Wild and the Willing, which also starred somebody who became his best friend, the late John Hurt. Ian McShane later revealed that he had ditched class at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art to audition for this role. So he was a baby.
He was a baby.
College, that's like grad school, college, secondary, kind of secondary.
He was probably around 18 years old.
Yeah.
In 62. Yeah.
To be in that. And since then, he has had many myriad of other roles. I mentioned some of them, but also...
like anybody who's had a career for 40 years, he's had some ups, he's had some downs, he's had some times when he's just kind of disappeared, but he's.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised to find out about a couple of other ones that you may not know of.
Hit me.
Sexy Beast. I haven't seen that Ben Kingsley movie, but I think it was nominated for Oscar. Everybody was like, whoa, that's a great show, or that's a great movie. But also, he was in a big screen mystery, which maybe we'll do here.
Oh, okay.
Written by Stephen Sondheim and Anthony Perkins. It was called The Last of Sheila.
I have never heard of this.
I know, but it sounds like a
I mean, I knew Stephen Sondheim wrote crosswords. I didn't realize he wrote a movie.
Yeah. He also is a character in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh.
He was also in Snow White and the Huntsman.
I take everything back. Kung Fu Panda is what he's most well known for.
Okay. He's been on Broadway. He's gotten roles here in LA for doing great painter stuff.
Oh, wow.
He was in the original 1965 production of Joe Orton's Loot, which is Joe Orton's one of the kind of young, angry men, British men.
Sure, yeah.
Of the 60s.
Post-war, yeah.
Yeah. Here's another fun fact about Ian McShane. I doubt this is why people were driving up to see him in Game of Thrones, but...
By the way, I love the fact that you say driving up to see Game of Thrones, as if like Game of Thrones was like this B movie in drive-in movie theaters that like barely see and flickered through the fog and was just like dun 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 through a tinny speaker or something like that. I think we're gonna drive up and go see this B movie, Game of Thrones. What's this?
Okay. I don't know. It just seemed appropriate.
Great. Yeah,
it's like they were coming to it, even though, or they like left it behind because they were like, oh, too much side boob. I'm not into that or something.
Side boob is well known to get people to stop paying attention to a show. This is well known.
Or too much like full on boob.
Well, there's definitely, yeah.
People were like, I don't know. That's a little too much for me.
Sure.
So we have a bunch of regulars in this show.
But we're leaving
regular
behind Ian McShane.
Yes.
One thing I have to say about this,
yeah.
about Ian McShane, before we move on to this, at least in the first series, maybe it changes in later series, but at least in the first series, he has glorious, long, curly hair. Like they're going for definite vibes with his hair.
It only gets glossier.
Perfect.
And
perfect. So yes,
shinier and glossier as the years go on.
Love that. So yes, we'll have maybe in the bonus content we'll have a bio for his hair. And anyway, okay. So thank you, Ian McShane. We're moving on.
So the other regular character is played by Dudley Sutton. It's Tinker Dill. And Tinker Dill is
all of that is gorgeous.
I know,
Dudley
isn't
Sutton
it?
Playing Tinker Dill.
He's
great.
2 cities in his name, which he acknowledges in his IMDb fun facts. But yes, Tinker Dill is the barker and tout who is friends with Lovejoy and helps him out.
The fence. He buys things, but also like helps.
He
helps.
He
announces, and
they be so. Oh well, you did know that of course is a blah 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 blah. And somebody's like, oh, I think I will buy that. Dudley Sutton, the actor, is unfortunately no longer with us. He passed in 2018. He did 70 episodes of Lovejoy, but he has 179 credits, and I feel like a fascinating backstory. This actor, not the character, the actor.
Yeah.
So the actor was educated at a boys' boarding school. He served in the RAF as a mechanic and then decided to enroll in the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, from which he was later expelled for responding to rock and roll. I do not know what that means.
Well, this had to have been in the 60s at some point, so...
Well,
maybe the 50s?
Kind of the 50s. The 50s. Late 40s, early 50s, because he was a mechanic in the RAF.
You're right.
So he just went from there
wasn't even
into
like Summer of Love
RADA.
with everything else.
No, because more stuff happens in the 60s.
Boy.
Okay, so in the 50s, he went from being kicked out of school to joining the avant-garde theater movement, performed with the Theater Workshop Company, and then he became kind of a cult item figure actor because he was in 2 groundbreaking films. One was called The Boys, about a teenager and his friends who were accused of murder. And then he was in a film called The Leather Boys, in which he played a gay biker. And Sutton related later in life, 3 actors, 2 films were filmed at a particular studio, and there was a repertory of actors and directors who were at that studio, which is pretty typical back from that time. So they had sort of a reunion of the 3 remaining actors, and he said that he felt really privileged to have been in these films because they dealt with 2 matters that were close to his heart: the inequity of the death penalty and gay rights.
Okay.
I love these old guys,
standing
up for it. Yeah, exactly. Later on, on stage, he played the title role in the original production of Joe Orton's Entertaining Mr. Sloan, which then transferred to Broadway. And that was in 1964. Okay, here's another fun Edinburgh thing. Oh my gosh, Jacob, you are going to like this.
Okay.
Okay. 2003, he found his inspiration from the internet, where apparently people say that every time you masturbate, God kills a kitten. Do you remember this?
I do
in the
remember
2000s?
that meme, yes.
From that statement, he developed a comic piece, a young man's emotions and feelings from the moment he is a baby tugging. He performed it in August of 2003, a show called Killing Kittens at the Edinburgh Festival.
Good job.
I remember people talking about this show because I remember the meme.
Yes.
It was it was everywhere. And everyone was like, what the heck? Yeah, this guy made an Edinburgh show out of it. I love it that this is the guy who did this.
How's his hair?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a lot.
Okay, pop quiz.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word for someone who really is able to tell if something is unique and original and what it's worth?
Divvy.
There you go. Thank you very much. Moving on.
Thank you. So another regular in this is Eric Catchpole, which is Lovejoy's younger, enthusiastic, but ever so slightly dim assistant. He's the kid that his dad's like, go out and get a job. And he tries to set him up with this one job, but then he ends up working for Lovejoy.
He totally has the same vibes as Miss Hetty Investigates, like the young kid that joins them.
This kid's more dim, and he takes more joy in the scamming side of Lovejoy.
Sure. He has less of a hobbit in him, I guess.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He is played by Chris Jury, and he did 55 episodes of Lovejoy. He turned out to be an actor, writer, director.
Oh.
He did a lot of continuing drama. I mean, pretty much every show that you could name, he has directed for it.
EastEnders, The Bill.
Yep. Casualty, Doctors, Holyoke. The last TV show that he directed was 9 episodes of a show called Nurses Who Kill. Like, why you got to do that to the afternoon people having their tea? Yeah, why you got to do that to the NHS? Another credit in this episode, another show, another cast
actor,
member in this episode is William of Stunt Dogs, who plays Lassie.
Oh my God. I was really trying to figure out of Stunt Dogs, like where that came from is British, but no, it's William of the company Stunt Dogs. Got it. Right.
Yeah. Instead of William of Gaunt.
Right. Yes. Instead of William of Gaunt, however, now my next time I'm ever like uncredited, the next time I'm credited as something like my nom de plume, my stage name is going to be like William of Stage Dogs.
Stunt Dogs.
Stunt Dogs, yes. Will of Stunt Dogs.
Actually, that's got to be like a hangout group in LA, like a bunch of people who are stunt
yes.
bulls.
Dog trainers and everything. Yeah.
They're not dogs. It's just like they work hard. And
oh
so they're like
my God,
dogs.
yes, absolutely. The stunt dogs.
Yeah.
That's
like
our
they hang out in
that's our
Griffith
traveling
Park.
motorcycle trick gang. When we run off and join the circus, that is what it is. We're the stunt dogs, and we do all of our motorcycle. Like we do like the steel circle of death. We're the stunt dogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Would you like to know about the creator of this show?
Please.
Okay, so this is based on a bunch of novels, actually 27 novel series.
Oh my goodness.
Written by Jonathan Gash, who also, actually that's a nom de plume.
He
Real
chose
name.
that?
Yeah, right?
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if he's doing medical stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't tell anybody yet, but he's a doctor.
Okay,
he was a doctor. He was also in the British Army. He was a pathologist. He was a real general practitioner, not a Michael Crichton who gave it up to, after
Michael Crichton got an
decided...
MD from Harvard and then just decided he'd rather be a writer.
Yeah.
That's like what was that actress's name who was also a poet? Edna St. Vincent Millay.
Yeah.
Who wanted to be a poet. She wanted to be an actor to support her poetry.
Right.
Like this is somebody being like, I'm going to be a doctor to support a writer, and it's just like, oh no, I guess I'll just be a writer and it working out. Like Michael Crichton, good job.
Yeah. John Grant decided to stay as a doctor.
To stay as a doctor, yes.
And between 1971 and 1988, he was the director of bacteriology at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine at the University of London. And in 1977, so in the middle of all that, is when he published his first Lovejoy novel. and he got an award for it. So it was immediately like everybody was like, oh, we like this. This is hilarious. And unsurprising, he lists his hobbies as antique collecting and his family.
Fair enough.
So his novels are what the show's based on, but the creator of this show.
Right,
so
of the show itself.
The creator of this show is Ian McShane. Go ahead.
Keeping my mouth shut.
No?
He knows his name.
And yes, and Dick Clement. They are both Ian McShane and Dick
and Dick Clement. All right. Good job,
Yes.
guys.
So-
I mean, it was destined they would come together.
Yes, they were really good at variety specials. And they wrote a bunch of other stuff in the UK, but obviously they've had some really big hits. They were uncredited for doing rewrites on The Rock, the movie with Sean Connery.
That might be my favorite Michael Bay film.
So lots of stuff under their belts, and this was a very beloved show and a big success for them, as well as Porridge and Tracy Ullman.
Nice.
But that's everything I have on the sort of regulars of this show and the creators, and I think it's so remarkable, and I just really enjoy this show.
You do. This is a lovely show, but I am not as enamored of it as you are, and I think it has to do with the hair.
Oh, really?
I think it has to do with the
Oh.
glossy Ian McShane hair.
I mean, if you got it, flaunt it.
Sure. Way to hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm so
Male-
sorry.
male
I
pattern
didn't
baldness, Jacob.
know. I'm sorry. But when you had it, you
I did.
flaunted.
You're
You gave
right,
it
I
a
did.
long little red piece.
I did.
You braided it. You had little barrettes for your hair
I
when
did.
it was long.
I was quite fetching when I had long hair. And then when I started to look like a skeevy record exec, it was time for the hair to go. That was my rule.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, our other rule is that we have to go watch this and then make some guesses before we really know anything.
Yes.
So, being the good rule followers that we are, let's go do it.
All right. See you soon. So we have some fashion in this episode.
We have some fashion. We have some 80s fashion in this episode. This was filmed in 91, or this came out in 91?
This aired March 91. So yeah, they probably filmed in 90.
Yeah, they filmed in 90. This is all about the 80s. This show is all about the 80s. The hats.
Oh my gosh, the hats
in this show are so
and
like
then the hairdos with the
80s
women
perms
had those
everywhere.
short cuts that then had like sideburns to
right,
them.
the
Do you
little
remember
the
that?
little Vulcan elf things
Yes.
that come down in front of the ears. It's not really
Yeah.
sideburns. It's just those wisp of hairs that come
and
down
then
in front.
big earrings,
Big,
on
chunky
the ears.
earrings,
Like
big
the hair
prints.
basically frames the big ass earrings.
Yes.
and the hats. Okay.
So the first thing I have to say about this is that this is a 50-minute episode, and it is full on 20 minutes before we get to a body.
Yes.
It starts,
but the title sequence was right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate. They start with the title sequence, and then it's 20 minutes before we get to a body. It's very much a Murder, She Wrote, Agatha Christie kind of, let's meet everybody and get to know everybody.
And it is very much Murder, She Wrote now that you mention it, because we're meeting these people for the first time, but
Yep.
they've known Lovejoy for who knows how long.
Yes, he is
They
practically an
more
uncle
of-
to these people. He
yeah.
is a friend to this man.
Friend
He even
more
says it.
than
He's
a-
like, more than a customer. He's a
customer.
friend more than a customer.
Yeah. And that's just like Murder, She Wrote, and that like you meet nieces and nephews that you never ever see again because they're on Friends.
Right. I guess they go. That's right. Courtney Cox was on that show as some of
Yes.
these, wasn't she? Good grief. Yes. So we're going to give you a very light summary of what's going on here.
There were horses in this episode
Jesus
and a dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica has been taken off air to be drug tested. The NCAA and the Olympic Committee are all convinced she's now doping.
Oh, no.
No, I don't even know where to go with any of this.
Well, we talked about the dog earlier.
The dog comes in. The dog is Lassie. So, oh my God, there's so much to talk about in this. Let's just say this. What is the name of the daughter?
Amanda.
Amanda is marrying Roger. Roger will fuck. I'm sorry. He will. He'll fuck anything that moves, including some other woman whose name we don't know, but also seems to look up to Lovejoy as an uncle, and Helen. Helen, who is Beecham, also, which is said it's spelled like
spelled-
Beauchamp, but
yeah.
it's spelled Beecham because
Or
England.
It's pronounced.
It's pronounced. Yes, you're right. It's spelled Beauchamp. It's pronounced Beecham because England.
I don't know. I feel like that was actually the most shocking thing of the whole episode. I turned to you and was like, "That's how they pronounce that? That I never would have pronounced it like that."
Well, speaking of pronunciations, we haven't said that like you were like the man who created the show was Lafranus.
It's probably Renee. That's what
I looked
you
at
pointed
I
out.
looked at it as soon as it came on screen. I was like, that is not Franus.
I could not find a pronunciation, not on Wikipedia,
So you
not
just-
IMDb,
you just landed
not
on-
in any articles or YouTube. There was no. I went for Franus.
You just went with just like the planet, just like the planet Franus.
It's probably Renee.
Yes. Anyways, Roger is marrying Amanda, but sleeping with Helen, who's the daughter of Mrs. Beecham, who's the cook and housekeeper, who's having some kind of relationship with Ralph.
Oh, she says he is full of vitality.
Yes.
That definitely means she is doing something with him.
That's a great British euphemism. Vitality. That's another great. Anyways.
And she is at first a total snob.
Yes.
But as soon as she
You get her drunk and she spills all.
Oh my gosh. At first she's like, "Who are these rabble rousers? And I hope you're going to leave." And they're like, "I'm going in to find Lovejoy." And she's like, "Well," but that's all she can say. And then shortly afterwards, she's talking to Tinker, where he was the guy walking in looking for Lovejoy. And
because they brought the bride a bed.
Yes.
An antique bed, which she hates because she doesn't want to sleep on antiques.
Yes, but her father is very insistent that she have a house full of
antiques. Her father definitely
antiques.
wants things to look a proper way and be a proper way.
Even though they are new money, we find out.
Well, new money from tin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's actually like
that,
Poldark.
That's Poldark era. Yeah. So like new money in this case is like, oh, he's new money from the past 70 years, which let's face it, in England, okay, fine. It's a drop in the bucket. But okay. So there's a stodgy old man who's a little drunk hanging out with Ralph at the beginning.
That guy?
He's my guess.
He
is my guess because he's very dismissive of Ralph and the whole family. And then at the end, when the chauffeur arrives to take Roger and Amanda off on their honeymoon to Bali, but Roger at this point is completely missing, and they've already found him in the stables sleeping with Helen, which is the second woman he's slept with within 20 minutes of this episode. In any event, but this very dismissive drunk guy is like, we're gonna go find him. So he goes, like, he sticks around and he knows a little too much. So I am convinced that this guy wants to like just make him look bad.
Make Ralph look bad?
Make Ralph look bad, yes.
Oh.
And there's also a scene where, and I mean, it might just be super obvious. Like, we may just go with the obviousness of it, but I don't want to, so that's why I'm picking this guy. Another scene is that, what's his bucket? Lovejoy overhears Ralph yelling at Roger about sleeping with Helen, and Roger's completely unrepentant. I don't care what you say.
Roger is yelling Ralph about yelling. Wait, say that again?
Ralph is yelling at Roger about sleeping with Helen in the hayloft.
Helen is the daughter of
Beecham.
Beecham. Yeah.
Right. And he slaps him. It's the most British slap ever.
Oh, he slaps people twice in this episode,
he does.
and both of them are weak.
Yes, he does not have a lot of vitality in his slaps.
I mean, fine. Don't hurt an actor, please.
And they have a little thing about Roger calls him Juan Santo or something. He has some
I wrote
name.
it down. Yeah.
And he says, and then Ralph says, Santo es muerte. So he's dead. And then in Spanish back, Roger says, and buried in the store, Little America.
Juan Stacy.
It's not Stacy? Okay.
Well, that's how they pronounce it.
Fair enough.
That's how they wrote it out in the closed captions.
So
yeah,
Juan Stacy, and buried in the store, Little America.
Yeah.
So there's
Little England.
Little England, yes. So there is some kind of history or some kind of corruption that these two know about that nobody else does. Some secret is buried. And everybody starts scratching themselves when they come in with the bed and the dog. So we don't know if there's fleas on the dog or there's bed bugs.
We should explain
in the bed.
because Lovejoy asks. So Amanda needs a bed,
right?
And he doesn't have any. And he suddenly remembers this guy who owes him money, which never happens. Usually he owes people money. but somebody owes him money. And so he tells Tinker and Eric, to go and hit this guy up with his marker and be like, you have to give me a bed.
A bed and 400 pounds.
Yeah. And so I thought the bed would be worth 400
That's
pounds.
what I thought too. But anyways, they show up with the bed and the dog. And the dog is apparently worth 300 pounds because he's a good racer.
Yeah.
Even though he's very old. He's adorable. He's a black, he's a, I don't know what kind of dog
he looks like a lab.
He looks like a lab.
He must be some sort of greyhoundy type thing.
I don't know. But anyway.
And he's a little white around the muscles.
Yeah, he's not a racing dog. He's an older dog.
And he's a little deaf.
Yes.
Until the morning.
Until the middle of the night.
The clock.
Until the middle of the night when he hears something and he wakes. So they can't find. Roger disappears. They can't find him. Amanda makes a drunken spectacle of herself
at the end of the wedding in her trousseau.
No, she's wearing a dress. She's not like in
That's
her.
your trousseau. That's the outfit you leave when you leave your wedding.
Okay, I had always.
It's also a box of stuff. But it's
of intimate lingerie. I had thought, but what do I know?
You also call that outfit that you leave your wedding to your honeymoon is also called.
I defer to all things costuming to you. You would know. In any event, yes. So she's like, they should spend the night. Even let's not call the police, even though we can't find Roger. And in the middle of the night, Lassie the dog barks and wakes Lovejoy up, and Lovejoy goes wandering around the house. And this again with the whole let's objectify. They know that ladies are watching this. They've got Ian McShane wandering around in a dress shirt and nothing else, showing all of his legs,
and white,
just barely covering his
blaring
butt.
White socks.
Blaring white socks. Who wears white socks?
This is very Magnum PI.
This is very. Anyways, so he runs around, and Lassie goes and finds Roger's body. He has been stuffed into a piece of armor because Ralph...
A suit of armor.
A suit of armor. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Not a suit of armor because Ralph collects suits of armors, and he has a bullet hole straight through his forehead, and he's trapped in a suit of armor. And that's everything we know. I hope you stuck with us through all of that.
Yeah,
My guess is this snooty guy. That's what I got.
The snooty guy? Okay. Yeah, because I would have liked to say Miss Beach or Mrs. Beecham,
mm-hmm.
but she's clearly sitting there the whole time drunk with Tinker.
Yeah.
And getting drunker and drunker and telling him all the goss,
right?
The hot goss. And Helen, and doesn't she also know that Helen is sleeping with Roger? Even though Ralph swore everybody to secrecy.
Yeah, Ralph paid off Eric to not tell anybody, but somehow everybody knows it by the end of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't go and find Helen.
You're right, they don't. They don't go and find Helen.
Oh, what if Helen killed him?
Interesting. I like that.
Because he was going to go back to Amanda.
He had no intention of actually doing anything.
Okay, that's going to be my guess.
You're going for
Helen? I'm going
to
say Helen.
Okay.
Because she can sleep with whoever she wants. I'm not whomever.
Yeah.
I do have one story to share.
Oh, please. Yes.
So I loved her hair. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And her, to go along with her wedding dress and her little, what's the word? We already
veil?
said it. It was a veil, but then it also had the headband.
Headband. Okay,
a sort of
even
tiara-ish,
the word,
but it's not really
even
tiara.
the word headband is so 80s. I don't know why. Headband feels like an 80s thing.
It was a wreath. A very big wreath. It kind of made her look like an angel, like a halo, she was wearing a halo on top of her hair. And her hair is kind of braided or bundled up, and it has a little
Raphaelite.
Yes, a curly wisp on the side of her face. It's very okay. So second year of high school, my sophomore year, I had a boyfriend who was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was invited to his senior ball. So that meant I had to have a dress. So yeah, my mom went and picked out these dresses, and she showed me this one dress that was black, and it wasn't it was black satin, halter top with sequins on the halter, sweetheart neckline, and it was short, above the knee. Well, I don't know where a lot of my ideas of fashion, I don't know where I get them from, and not until it's too late.
Okay.
Really?
We're going to dig into that a little bit.
So I needed a place to do my hair because I had an idea about what I wanted, but this is in the days before the internet, so I couldn't
Right.
like type it out somewhere and be like, I want this haircut. And it wasn't like there were books sitting around that I could be like, I want this kind of hair. So I went into this hair salon at JCPenney and I described what I wanted. And the ladies had no idea what I was talking about. No idea. What I was talking about was I wanted...
Were you talking about the whole 80s split bangs thing where you had
No.
the bangs going up and the bangs coming down?
No.
Okay.
I wanted... No, Jacob, I did not want that.
I can't imagine you in that.
I wanted a French chignon.
Oh.
I wanted, like, just pull your hair up. I didn't know how to do this at the time. By the end of high school, I could do this without thinking with my hair, like just sitting around doing homework. I mean, everybody pretty much could in high school. Like, you figure out how to stick your pencil in there and it sticks. And then the ladies at the hair salon could not figure out what I wanted with my hair. And there was also a language barrier. And so they put my hair up into what basically looked like a Gibson girl haircut from the Victorian era with baby's breath. I do not know what the F they were thinking. They put my hair into baby's breath. I was so effing pissed, but we paid the money and I walked out of there and was like, whatever the fuck. I had my hair done. That was fun. And they sprayed it with a crap ton of hair spray, which I never would have had in my household growing up. So I was like, whatever. But I was super pissed and angry the whole freaking time. And the whole night, I was so angry looking at those pictures. I couldn't even look at them afterwards because it made me so angry. He was very polite and he said I looked beautiful, thought I looked lovely. It was, of course, it was this short little dress. Years later, I realized that I had seen this dress on myself, and I was actually surprised that my mom handed it to me when we bought it, because I was like, this is really short. Are you okay with this? And she was like, yeah, it looks cute on you. And I was like, okay. Years later, I realized that I wanted to look like a Playboy waitress,
Oh my
a
God.
Playboy bunny waitress.
Oh my God.
Because that is what they would wear. I don't know where I saw a cocktail waitress on TV, but that is what I was thinking when I was wearing this dress. I was like, yeah, it's like a little Audrey Hepburn. It's a little Playboy bunny cocktail waitress dress. And I wanted my hair up in like a French chignon, like a blonde, just without the little bunny ears. That is what I had pictured in my head. Either that or like a little French, a can girl. But the skirt was even shorter than that. Yeah, I have to find the pictures of this and show them to you because I was so mad.
I don't know how to respond to that.
But her hair was the same. So in this TV show, at her wedding, it looks beautiful.
She had the hair you wanted for your sophomore year.
No. She had the hair that I had at my sophomore year senior ball.
So she had the hair that you actually
got. I did not want.
Right.
She had the hair that I had on my head that I did not want, that looked perfect with her dress, because that's a long, Gibson girl kind of pre-Raphaelite, long. It was romantic, and I wanted to look like an 80s,
You wanted to look like one of the girls in the Robert Palmer video.
A little, but
Yes.
they didn't have their hair up in front. Their hair was literally cut short.
Okay.
I wanted it to be up, like I said, in that French is what I think a lot of people call it. And I was so mad that they did my hair up in this weird, yeah. And I was so mad.
All right. Well, we're going to let Jessica cool down from this horrible, apparently traumatizing hair experience.
I was supposed to look like a French can girl or a Playboy bunny waitress. That is what the dress said. Like, from the neck down, I was can girl. From the neck up, I was weird pre-Raphaelite lady.
And on that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go find out if we're right or not.
Yes.
Me and my can girl here are gonna go watch the British Magnum PI and see what we can do.
Yeah. A French twist. That's all I wanted.
Jessica, I'm afraid we have to tell everybody that although we had very keen eyes when it comes to Ian McShane's skin tone, we have very bad eyes when it comes to who actually did it. Because we, of course, were both wrong.
Yes, absolutely wrong.
Absolutely wrong. It was super easy.
No half points.
No half points, no nothing. It was
no
super,
mountain jersey on this one.
Yes. Right down the middle of the ballpark. It was absolutely Ralph, who got into a fight with Roger and then later killed him.
Well, Roger knew a huge secret about Ralph.
Ralph was not, in fact, Ralph.
Yeah.
Ralph was, in fact, John Stacy, who earned his money. This is what I don't understand. The neighbor Bill, who I picked to be the killer, the neighbor Bill was explaining to somebody else that they got their new money in tin, and then they pivoted to plastics.
Yeah.
But then later on, you find out that no, they really got their new money from farming in South America. A farm called Little England in Argentina. Okay, called Little England, and the original Ralph died on the farm in a stampede.
Actually, not a farm, a ranch.
A ranch,
which,
yes.
I mean, duh, that's what Argentina is known for.
Sure.
Argentina and Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Is ranching.
Ranching and cattle and all that. So he died, and John Stacy took Ralph's place and came back and did it. And that
when he found out that John Stacy had an inheritance of a big manor.
Well, that was Roger came back to
claim
it because he was the actual Ralph's son by some mistress in South America.
Yeah.
But John Stacy was just straight up impersonating him.
Yeah.
So yes. So that was a little convoluted, but who did it wasn't convoluted at all. It was just Ralph / John Stacy.
Exactly.
So, and poor Amanda really did love Roger. She really did.
Yeah, she did love him, and she knew about his philandering,
right.
And she knew that he knew that she knew
right.
about his philandering, and she still wanted to marry him. But I have to say, when I was writing this up, I was like, she was more dispirited about losing him and his death.
Yes.
She was more dispirited than she was like, oh my God, the man I loved is dead. She was more just like, oh, now I'm going to be a lonely rich woman. Except that she's not, because when we find out that her dad did it, that has to mean that she loses everything. Because there's it was a false inheritance.
Oh, okay. Now this is something that didn't occur to me. You're right. Let's dig into this for a second. Did they know, so in order to catch him, Ian McShane wears a wire and gets him to spill all. So he does spill all on tape. And so he does reveal it so the cops know. You're right. She doesn't get anything.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to be pissed. That's the beginning of a novel.
Yeah. And I also, you're right. And I wonder if Lovejoy's actually the loser in this. Lovejoy gets a dog out of it.
Sure.
But
who's apparently a very good runner.
Yeah.
He wins the race at the end. Yeah.
But, did Ralph give him the last payments for all the furniture that he moved into Amanda's house?
Good question. Has he actually been paid for this?
Yes.
And he's been friends with Ralph for years, according to all of this. They've been bosom friends.
Yeah, and Amanda's been treating Lovejoy kind of like an uncle.
But
it's so funny because Ralph can see Lovejoy's a scalawag. And he knows that he's a scalawag. And so that's why he's accepting of Lovejoy. Because he's like, you and I both have something.
You and I are both a little criminal here in this.
Yeah.
Only Ralph's a lot criminal.
Yes.
Ralph is not a little criminal. Ralph is a lot criminal. So the whole idea about this is Lovejoy stays overnight after the wedding, discovers the body, but then as he's going to get his friends, the body is moved. And so the cops show up after a scene that was much too slow, but was supposed to have been like the Dogberry scene in Much Ado About Nothing.
I don't know that it was much too slow, but it was slow, and it didn't quite hit the golden spot that Dogberry does.
I listened to a podcast.
By the way, Michael Keaton, amazing in that role. Please go on.
Fair enough. Quite all right. I appreciate any and all interruptions. So Lovejoy finds the body. He goes to get his friends and tell them about it. They go to get the cop. But meanwhile, while he was telling his friends, the criminal came and moved the body so that when the cop shows up, the body's gone and no one believes Lovejoy. And he has a great big sulk. with Jaffa cakes, which now we have to order Jaffa cakes. But as he decides to investigate all of this, because Amanda is like, no, I really did love him, even though I knew that he cheated. I do want to know what happened to him because I loved him. So he's like, fine, I'm going to go do this. He goes to this armor guy, and this armor guy is just like, oh, yes, these are amazing armors. And if you think about it, it had to be light and nimble, like it would be for people to fight in. So like it's 50 pounds, but it's distributed across your body. So blah, blah, blah. And anyways, and while he's there, the dog has fleas. And the armor is like, I've only come up with one creature who's had better armor than the armor I make, which is a flea. And so he sprays some flea powder on the dog, and that's it. And people have been scratching the whole time. It's just meant to like be like, oh, it's armor. So what he decides is,
but then Lovejoy says, well, I don't know what you're talking about. He doesn't have fleas. He's never bitten me.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, like doesn't bite like.
So nice little dig on Lovejoy. But the whole plot at that point then becomes, oh, this armor will come floating to the surface of this lake where they've dumped the body, because the body will bloat, and the gas in the body will bring the armor to the surface.
Which, I mean, at that point, it's a dead giveaway that Ralph, or not Ralph, fake Ralph, is actually the killer, because why does he not see that there's a missing suit of armor in his collection?
Good point. That didn't even occur to me, but you make a good point there, Her.
Unless he doesn't care that he put it into the lake.
You're 100% correct. He would have known that there would have been a suit of armor missing. Good point. In any event, okay, so the body bloats up and bobs to the surface of the lake, and it's disgusting, and they're like, oh my gosh, it smells horrible. Look at it all off-gassing and all that stuff.
The dog even makes a little
face at it, yes.
That was hilarious.
So this is clever. This is clever and unique, and I'm not sure I buy it. Because here's the thing. Like, the cop, when the cop says, like, well, I guess it's like a submarine. You fill it with gas, it can go up and down too. Yes, but a submarine is airtight. This suit of armor is not airtight. If this body was off-gassing, there's plenty of places for this gas to escape from.
Yeah.
Like there was...
it
wouldn't actually... I don't think... I could be wrong. I'm modern jackass here. I could be wrong, but like there was this story I read about, and I think this was a true crime story. They were talking about forensics. And this man killed his wife and family. And he tied them all up in plastic garbage bags and dumped them in a lake or a pond, just like this. And the thing about it is that he was so guilty about this. He felt so guilty about it that he couldn't bear the thought of like fish or other animals getting in and eating their bodies. So he wrapped them up in trash bags really well and made sure that no air could get in. So yes, the bodies did like off gas, and because everything was airtight, they floated to the surface of the lake where he put them. But if he had just like put a pinprick in them, or like put a little bit of a slash where the water could get in and the gas could get out, he never would have been caught. So this is a great idea, but I think like the armor is not airtight. So that is my logic cop moment. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a really good point. So we have the Dogberry cop scene,
right.
But then when the body is actually found,
right.
Then or comes to the surface,
right.
Floats to the surface. Then we have fancy detective,
right. Some
from like Scotland Yard,
yeah.
I guess, and he's got a deep voice and looks very suave.
Yeah,
and he listens to all of the testimony, and then he's like, okay, we have to set a trap, we have to set a bait, or too bad we can't do that. And then Tinker's like, or can we? And so like we said, they put a wire on Lovejoy to get the confession, but then everybody, Amanda,
Eric,
Tinker, and
some random police lady to operate the thing, and then the inspector.
The policeman and the inspector are all supposedly fitting into this van. Wide shot.
I looked this up. I looked up the van on this. I need to put on my glasses to see this.
Yeah?
Do I? No, I don't. I don't need to put on my glasses. I can just lift this up here. So the van that they were all in is a 1984 Volkswagen LT1 Type 28.
Oh, okay.
Painted green.
So
The Internet Car Movie Database really helped me out on this. The
Oh my
Internet Car
gosh.
Movie Database even had the name of the tractor that they were riding at some point in this
Whoa.
episode. So
I don't remember a tractor. Do you?
yes, there was a tractor when they were
Oh, yes. When they were going across
when they were
the
first going into
land
the
and
pond.
they-
Yeah.
to the pond. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Neither of those are bitching detective
No,
cars.
none
Sorry.
of these were bitching detective cars in this.
My thing was just that all of these civilians are listening in
Like,
on this wiretap.
Amanda is listening to her father admit to killing her lover. Oh my lord. Yes, but okay, this does lead to a great fight.
Two really great fights in this episode.
Yes, in this episode. But to your point though about that, like, what's his bucket? Ralph would have had to have known that a piece of armor was missing, or that he was found out. And he even kind of knew as like Lovejoy was like bringing him to the lake. Did he bring a gun? Did he bring any kind of weapon? He just like launched himself at Lovejoy as if he was just going to strangle him there on the, like, what was your plan there, dude?
Yeah. And Lovejoy apparently had a gun because somehow
No,
a
that
gun
was the
or a stun gun?
wire.
Oh,
that was the wire.
Oh, it kind of looked like a gun.
Yeah, that was the radio transmitter in the wire. So
Oh,
as they were
okay.
grappling, he found it. But it was a great fight because it was on the dock. They were rolling around, and then they like ran through two different rowboats, and like they and both ended up with oars, and they were fighting with the oars.
And then they shot it from across the lake
Yes.
so that
You couldn't
Ian
tell the
McShane,
stuntmen.
yeah, the stuntman and the stuntman as Ian McShane, right?
Yeah.
Does a backwards somersault
It's
in
great.
order to not get pelted with
Yes.
an oar. Oh, so great. So good.
The stuntman really had it going on this episode because there was a great Errol Flynn.
Oh, yeah, that fight in the
fight
Gothic
in
room.
in the Gothic hall, which is
Yeah.
just all those medieval. It was just so perfectly. Here's a medieval fight where like Robin Hood or something
Yes.
is fighting against this horrible knight, and they're back and forth on the table, and there's a flail being done, and swords and shields and flipping over tables and all the things. It was like the stuntmen were just like, yes. This episode had a lot of stuntmen. This episode had a lot of dog handlers because the dog was everywhere on this.
Yes, you're right.
They
And
had
there were
kids at the there were
the
kids at the wedding.
Yes.
This episode had a lot of extra people
Oh
on
my
it.
gosh. Yeah. All the people at the wedding too.
Yeah.
I mean, those shots were kind of tight. So maybe they didn't need
But-
more than 10, but then they had like 2 or 3 musicians
Yeah,
too.
yeah. There had to have been so many people handling things on this episode. I guess
Yeah.
more than
and
normal.
they go to the dog, what's it called? The dog race?
run.
The dog run
Yeah,
where
the-
they do dog racing
Yes.
at the end of this episode.
Which was
and
just sad looking. I'm sorry. It was just, oh wow, you have to really need to bet to want to go to this thing and look at dogs run around this muddy field.
oh.
It was a little dispiriting to me.
Oh. I have another thing though at
Yes, hit me.
at the dog run.
Yes.
So I thought it was crazy. So they run into the guy that gave the dog to Tinker Dill and to Eric.
Right.
That had the bed or that had the mark with the money that he owed $400 to Lovejoy. So they run into him at the dog run. And so Lovejoy is supposedly a divvy, somebody who can see a fake, a forgery, or can tell this is the real thing. Right. So he has this unnatural talent. When Malcolm, the seller of the dog, comes up to him and so that dog is not really going to do well,
Yeah.
is it? I mean, that's what you say. Just go along. It's good for both of
Right.
us.
They're trying to do another.
Well,
that guy's
and-
trying to do a scam at the
And
end.
Lovejoy's looking at him. What is he talking about?
He's a
What's
good dog.
wrong?
What
He's
he's
a
gonna do-
really good dog.
Yeah.
He saved my life. And what's happening? And I'm come on, Lovejoy.
Yes.
You can't tell a scam when it's like
Everybody in the world knows what this scam this guy is pulling. You don't? Yes.
Yeah,
agreed.
you can't figure that out. So he's just blinded to everything but antiques.
Right, I guess. He's got a heart of gold. He doesn't actually scam people. He's got a heart of gold. And that was a greyhound, obviously. Like we were saying it was a black lab, but it was supposed to be a greyhound. It was a bigger greyhound than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really pretty dog, too.
Gorgeous dog.
William of Stunned Dogs. Great
William
job.
Good job. Good boy. You're a good boy.
That was a joke at the cop when they went to go see the cop, the Dogberry cop, is that they're telling this story and it's, thing upon thing upon thing.
Right.
And he's just like, I don't believe you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then they're like, and the dog, the greyhound. And they're like, named Lassie. What? No, you can't have it both ways.
You can't have it. That was a funny line. That was a funny line. Yes, I loved that.
That was, yeah. I think it's a fun show.
It is a fun show. It is a fun show. All right. So it's time to talk about Christie's. What do you want to do for Christie's?
Yeah, so this was not a super complicated episode.
No,
we knew that they weren't showing us a body until 20 minutes in. So, I mean,
they still got us, but also we were being a little too smart for our own boots.
Yeah, we were, because it was obvious. Like, Ralph had the mystery attached to him.
Ralph had the mystery attached to him. Ralph
Spanish.
had motive. Ralph had opportunity. Ralph was violent. Like,
yeah,
the only
everybody else was in the party, and witnesses saw them.
Yes,
entirely at the party the whole time.
Yeah. So yes, it was merely us trying to outguess what was really clearly going on, and everybody else knew it. It was just.
Oh, I guess Amanda disappeared for a little bit. But then she came
did.
back down super drunk and she had changed clothes. So she could have
Yes.
conceivably.
And Mrs. Beecham.
I didn't even think about that.
Mrs. Beecham was very, like, oh man, she was really angry. And like, even when Lovejoy went in to like confront Ralph to bring him out for the final confession, she was like, the look on her face was just like, oh, maybe it could have been anyways. But it was still straight down the middle. So
yeah. So, I mean, nothing, again, the Christies do not reflect on the show or the script or any of that.
Right.
It's just plot.
Just the trickiness of the plot.
Trickiness of the plot.
The curviness and the reverses and all the red herrings.
I'm going to say this is a 3.
Yeah. That's where I'm at with this one too.
Yeah.
I'm giving this one a 3. This was just like you were just this was very much kind of like a nice little, I mean, he's not a scammer, but he is someone who like works his way through these little kind of like heists. They're like mini heist kind of things.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily a mystery person as much as there's some kind. Yeah, it's not a murder show. It's, I don't know. So in any event, yes, I'd say a 3 too.
Yeah.
No. Oh well, it's fun. You'll keep watching it. I'll probably duck in and catch an episode.
We're gonna
every
do
now and then.
another episode of this.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yes.
You don't think I'm giving it a fair shake, do you?
I don't. I don't understand why you're kind of iffy on this one. I don't know everything about you, Jacob.
Yes, perfect. Got to keep it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. You know, actually, side note.
Sure.
If you want to tuck this in, the actress who played Mrs. Beecham,
right?
Or Beauchamp, was actually, her first role was Lana in Queen of the Amazons.
Oh.
Which sounds like a very early Xena warrior princess kind of script, but it was in the 60s. She was also a Bond girl in Her Majesty's Secret Service. And she was in The Pink Panther. She was in Dial M for Murder. And she was in the 2022 Rob Zombie reboot of The Munsters.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. And now you're going to ask me her name.
It's Catherine.
Yeah,
it's Catherine Vaughn something.
Yeah.
And then she got rid of the Vaughn.
Oh, did she?
Yes. She was Catherine Vaughn something at the start of her career, but by the end of the career, she had gotten rid of the Vaughn, and it was just Catherine. And I think it starts with a D.
Catherine Schell.
Oh, see, no, not a D at all. Schell.
Schell.
But yes, very German. Catherine von Schell. So.
Well, I don't remember the Vaughn, but sure. Okay.
Well, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I read.
Sure.
All right. So I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Jessica, I look forward to watching Lovejoy again as I know that I will. So,
yes.
But until then,
be sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast and give us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Or just tell someone about us, someone who watches shows like these.
And you can get more Cluedunnit. Join the break room discussion or the water cooler room discussion.
Find out all the merch that we should be selling, that the producers should be selling for the show.
All this content is going to be at Patreon. And it is at Patreon. It's not going to, it is. And you can join at $5 and $10 a month levels.
You'll get raw footage, exclusive episodes, access to seasonal live shows.
More coming about that soon.
We're coming up on 100th episode. And extra votes in our season planning poll so that you can make sure we do the shows you love.
Yeah.
So to join us, go to patreon.com/Cluedunnit Podcast and become a member of the Detective Collective.
And stay in touch at cluedunnitpodcast@gmail.com or at Instagram or Facebook at Cluedunnit Podcast.
We'll see you next time.
This closing script is officially approved by the Totally Fake Podcasting Adjudication Board.
So one thing we didn't do, we're just going to put this at the end here because they put it at the end. Oh my God, the end credit scene was such a perfect time capsule. They do the thing where they take little snapshots of the episode.
Yeah, from the episode, they're like, you remember these fun moments.
these are the fun moments you have just seen.
Yeah, look where Ian McShane looks startled.
Remember when they had that fight?
Yeah, or the wedding pics that you never got to see.
Oh my God, there was wedding pics that we never got to see. Oh, so good.
So stick around for the credits.
Yeah, stick around for the credit. There's not post-credit scenes. It's just scenes throughout the credits.
Yes. Well done.